it is time to do some Tellus Ninja summoning. That's right, we actually got another Tellus banner this year, which I'm very excited for. My goal for today is I kind of want everybody, to be honest. I definitely want to get Zelgius the most, but the other 3 would be nice to get as well. I'd also like to get 2 Aethers just because Ruse is so good, and we'll talk about that a little bit more in a second. So I kind of want 2 copies so I can have 1 on Aether and then also like maybe give 1 to Aether or just 2, like maybe even a rearmed unit. Anyway, let's jump in and we'll start pulling. Obviously, we're going to be skipping colorless here because there is no colorless unit on the banner. We'll also jump to some questions a little bit later. Okay, so let's start off with one thing. So I did make a correction to my last video in my pinned comment, but Ruse does work on Freyr. And the reason for this is 2 reasons. One, Ruse effects do take place not at the start of combat, right? So what that means essentially is that he does not cleanse that. Also, even if he did cleanse it, the Ruse effect does have a clause where if it does get cleansed, it cleanses the triangle attack or dual strike with it. So honestly, this is a hard counter to triangle attack. The thing is, of course, oh, Ike. Oh, wow. That's awesome. Oh my god, they knew it was a Tellus banner. That's actually like one of the best 4-star special rates I could have gotten because I don't have him at +10 actually. One of the few Ikes I don't have at +10. That is so cool. I'm very happy with that. But yeah, so this is a hard counter in a sense. The thing is that it's not going to be a hard counter in every single game mode, I still think. In Aether Raid's offense, it should be pretty easy to use and make sure that it's actually like, hitting where you need it to. But in Summoner Duels, it does have a pretty narrow range, and it's going to be something you have to set up, which on some maps you'll definitely be able to do, but on other maps it will be very difficult to do. Like either the openings will be too aggressive, or the map will just not be aligned perfectly where you can hit that like 2-column like range essentially. So I think it is a very good skill though, and I think it's going to help a lot in Aether Raid's offense to remove Katria from some of these defenses, or at least to give you some options to like, go back to Omni tanking, especially with Veil now, right? You have options to get past pre-charged specials, and you have options to get past Katria. So I'm pretty happy with it overall. So we definitely want to grab a Aether here if possible. The other thing, of course, is just, Zelgius and Sanaki are going to be really good units as well, so I really want a copy of them. Maybe, I kind of want +1 of Zelgius. I don't really want a +10 units anymore that much now. I think +10ing has kind of gone down in value. I really do need to make a video on that to kind of explain all my thoughts on it, but I just think that there's not really any unit you need a +10 except for Mythics if you're trying to get max score. That's like the only real reason nowadays. Not even Legendaries that often because of the bonus Legendary system now. You really don't need that many. You don't really need a +10 Legendary. That's just how it is, right? You'd be better off getting +10 duos, if anything. But yeah, so that's kind of how I'm feeling right now. I'm glad we did get a Radiant Dawn banner. I do hope we get another one eventually, but we'll have to wait and see, right? Because honestly, we've been a little bit spoiled, which I'm pretty happy about. Because if you remember, like up to now, it was 4 years ago before our last Radiant Dawn banner, right? So we had the Mufasa banner, and then 4 years, and then we finally got the Alencia and Lucia banner, and now we actually got another Radiant Dawn banner now. So I'm actually very happy with that. Though there are a lot of characters I wish would be added to the game. Heather is a new character, obviously, which is cool. But like we need Stefan, we need like Scrimmer. There's so many characters we need. Anyways, let's jump into some questions, see if the questions could bring us some luck. First one's gonna be from Nico Topin, who's also a massive Ike fan like I am. They do a lot of like Ike comics on their Twitter, so definitely check them out. They're so good. I love them. I love checking them out every day whenever they put them up. And they want to know, will the next Ike alt still get Radiant Aether, or will IS decide to create Great Aether? Would you rather Ike have a new Aether special or a PRF skill? So, Nico Topin was really hoping for an Ike alt on this banner, and I know that we obviously didn't get Ike here. But, I'm kind of conflicted, because the way I feel is I'm not as like hardcore on one character as a lot of other people are. Like I have almost every Ike at +10, so I love Ike. Like that's not a question. But I like to have like my ults kind of spaced out a little bit, so that way like they can kind of ride the new waves of power creep. So I can kind of use Ike in the new meta, right? That's kind of how I feel. When they get released too close to each other, they tend to be too similar. Like that was kind of the case with like Brave Ike's Refine and Fallen Ike, where they were both like kind of omni tanks, right? That were like rely on damage reduction. And the problem with that is that when like Lift came out, they both got countered by the same unit. So I wouldn't mind him like kind of spreading out. But with that said, if it came to a new Ike alt, I would definitely want one of the seasons that recently just passed, right? I would either want Ninjas or Summer or Halloween, Pirates would be amazing if they brought Pirates back. I'd also be very happy with that. I really don't want like a Halloween Ike or like a Spring Ike. I would be not happy, so that's Moose Bell. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted. It's not like I have like 20 copies of you because you just keep pity breaking me. Well, there's Moose Bell. I don't know. Ugh, that sucks. But yeah, so when it comes to like Ike's PRF skills or like what kind of Ike I want to see, I really do not want another Sword Ike. I do not want any more Sword Ikes. We have so many Sword Ikes. I don't care if he's a flyer or an armor. I don't want it. Like, I just don't want it. Please give me something different. Personally, I would love to see just like a completely different type of Ike, not one who's like trying to omni-tank by any means. Maybe like a Mage Ike, that'd be kind of cool, even though it's kind of out of character. A Bow Ike, a Dagger Ike, something, right? Like, give me a Nuke Ike. That'd be cool. I think that'd be really fun. A ranged Ike could be really cool as well. Just give me something different. And when it comes to his PRF, the thing is like, I think that I kind of want just an entirely new PRF skill, to be honest. I think the specials can be very good, obviously. Like, right, we have like Dragon Blast on Legendary Leer, which is insane. So maybe if they went that route, I'd be okay with it. But it would need to be pretty broken, in my opinion. Like, it would need to be like an Aether on like 3 cooldown with like piercing on it, and also like max HP healing, like something stupid, like something ridiculous for me to be happy with it. I would honestly just rather him have like a PRF skill that could be like handed down to future Ikes. I think that'd be cooler. When it comes to what kind, I don't know. Like, you can give him Nihility and break the game, but that's probably not the best idea for like the state of Fae, right? So probably not that, but that'd be, I mean, if there's a unit who's gonna break the game, I'd prefer it be Ike. But yeah, I'm kind of hoping that, I don't know, if they do an improved Aether again, I hope it's just way better, because I think it's ridiculous that Duo Ike got Radiant Aether. It wasn't even Radiant Aether 2. Radiant Aether came out in 2018, in the very beginning of 2018, so it's literally within the first year of the game's release, and they're still giving it to newer units, which is just nuts. And it's not like it's broken, it's not even that good of a special anymore. So I really do hope that they can give him a complete revamp for his PRF skills, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I could talk about this all day, so let's move on to the next question, or I'll just continue talking about Ike. Next one's going to be from Don Sparcius, and they want to know, what kind of Tellus banner are you hoping for next year? I know a lot of people want the Dawn Brigade, but I'm a bit selfish and want more beast units to get added to the summoning pool, especially since Fallen Elgard is the only 5-star exclusive left in the pool, if I remember correctly. You might be correct, actually, because I think most of the other beasts are like legendaries or mythics or rearms. I'm trying to think. I think you might actually be right. That's kind of crazy. I do want the Dawn Brigade to get in the game eventually, just because I do like some of the Dawn Brigade, and I think they just deserve to be in the game. But at the same time, I am a bit selfish like you are, and I do want, like, there's so many other characters I want. Like, I want Stefan, I want Scrimmer, I want Sephiron as a mythic. Like, why is Sephiron not in the game outside of his Christmas ult? Okay, there's Reyna, and she's a 5-star. Oh, that hurts. Oh, that hurts so bad. Why? Oh, that sucks. I don't think our pity was that high, though. I don't really remember, but I don't think it was that high. Because Moose Bell probably lowered it, right? Dang. Really wish you were Heather and you were a 4-star. But yeah, so I want like Stefan, Scrimmer. Who else do I want Sephiron. I want him as a mythic. Sephiron's one of the most important characters in the Tellus games. And I would love to have a mythic Sephiron who has like Heron movement, but he's not a Heron. I think that would be so cool. Like, that would be the dopest thing ever. Like a 3-movement flying staff unit. And like maybe he gives out like NCD in like an area. That'd be cool. I'd love that. That way he could work with like Altina really well. Oh, I'd be yes, yes. Okay, awesome. We got one of them. That's perfect. Because like, hopefully we can at least get one copy of everybody. But very glad to see them. Not the best IV, obviously. You kind of want resistance, but not terrible. Let's put them in here. But this unit's gonna hit really hard. I feel like finally getting a cav unit who can actually get through damage reduction, and possibly all the damage reduction, is really scary, especially when you're considering a brave weapon, right? So I'm pretty happy with Sanaki getting this ult, even though Micaiah kind of snuck in. And I like Micaiah, don't get me wrong, I like Micaiah a lot, but Micaiah dev is real, and they just figure out a way to get Micaiah into every single Tellus banner. So that's definitely something. Yeah, I would love to see Sephiron. There's just so many characters from Tellus, to be honest, that haven't been added yet. It's kind of ridiculous. I'd also love to see a Nephany ult. I know that's probably a little bit biased, considering she already has one, but I would love an Ascended Nephany, like with the Radiant Dawn Sentinel armor. Oh, that'd be so cool. But yeah, there's a lot of Tellus characters I want. So hopefully next year is kind of similar to this one, and we get like 2 Tellus banners. So I would love to see just a lot of characters added in. Though I'm pretty sure there's gonna be some overlap, right? We're always gonna get like a Micaiah or a Soren or an Ike or something, right? You're not on this banner. I mean, you're good fodder at least, but you're definitely not on this banner. Ugh. Speed, that's a good IV. He has physical, no follow-up. And Hexblade. Not good Hexblade, but still. Okay, whatever. I mean, I can't really complain. I had like no pity. And we got a bubble filled, so like we're like 1 bubble away. Not that I really want to rely on those, but you know, it's something. Okay, let's move on to our next question. This is from Dan to Dan Man. Or Dan to DNA. I don't know. It's hard to say. Okay, 2 questions in one. Will our first Path of Radiance mythic legendary be Black Knight, or will he also be Radiant Dawn? And what kind of snazzy stuff will they put on Orderly Olondite, or whatever they decide to call it, and his new and improved Warp Powder? So we did just get a Zelgius, but I do think that he is a possible candidate for a legendary, like maybe very far down the line. I could definitely see that happening. Will he be Path of Radiance? Probably not. They'll probably just keep doing Radiant Dawn because it makes more sense, right, for him to be that. Though you could use him as a Path of Radiance legendary because he kind of doesn't really change all that much when it comes to like his power level between the 2 games. It's more like his character development that kind of changed, and we get more to know more about him in Radiant Dawn. So that's definitely possible. When it comes to like effects I'd want, you could go like for a really powerful distant counter weapon, which would be kind of cool. But if they give him like Nihility in his weapon, even if it's part of Nihility, like if they give him the Lucia effect, right? Just give him parity even, right? That would be really strong. I'd love to see that. The other thing too is like, it's kind of hard not to have a Black Knight who's an armored unit, right? It kind of doesn't make sense. But I would love to see a Zelgius or a Black Knight ult that is not an armored unit. I kind of like when they swap it up a bit. I think I also like Hector too. I wish there's a non-armor Hector. I think that'd be nice. Just because it can kind of diversify the roles, right? Because pretty much like all Black Knights and Zelgius are save units pretty much at this point. You can like play them more offensively with like Assault Troop or something, but typically their most meta role will be a save unit. So I'm not sure exactly what they'll do with him, but I do think that his new PRF is a step in the correct direction. I do wish it was a little bit more powerful, which I'm sure some people will think is just like ridiculous. But when you compare it to like Legendary Alir's Dragon Blast, it definitely is like a step down in my opinion. Like, that obviously has some conditions on it, but even so, like, you get 3 really powerful effects and support, while, what do they call it? Lightless Luna or something? They should just call it Eclipse. Doesn't have quite that much, though it is very powerful, right? It's definitely powerful. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I don't think that'll be for a long time. I think we'll get a Soren, Legendary Soren, and maybe a Legendary South before that. I could definitely see those happening first. There's Soleil. So so far we have 2 units on the banner. We haven't gotten either of the priorities yet, though. We really need to get Heather, because I really want 2 of her, and then we know 2 Zelgius as well. Being a little bit greedy here. Oh, don't be 5 stars. Okay. I will take that. So we'll keep 1 right now. We'll probably use 1 for fodder, to be honest. That's a good idea as well. I'm glad she's in the game. She's one of the few Fates characters I actually like. Her and like Scarlet. So glad she's finally in, even though it took her like 7 years. Yeah, let's do another question. This one's gonna be from Fluff. Oh my god. And this one's 5 stars. Oh my god, what the heck is going on? I mean, I don't think my pity was high, right? No. But still, that's also kind of a good IV. Bad Bane. Why can't either of you be Heather? Crap. Okay. We're almost at Spark already. Oh, I wish this had double Spark. That would be really nice. This one's going to be from Fluffy27272. Are there any units from the first year of Phase release you use or invest in still? What is going on? The game really wants me to +10 her, and I really don't have any interest in doing that. To be like, I wish you were Heather. Yes, there are definitely units I still use from year 1. I have a Brave Roy that I've been investing into. He has like the Crom stuff I'm getting. I haven't done it yet, but he has all the fodder ready to invest into him. I also have a Nephne who's very invested in with Arcane Lewin. I'm going to give her an upgrade on her build in a little bit. I have to wait until I think December for Legendary Alir, but she's going to get like Pledge and like Godlike Reflexes as well. So she'll be a little bit more powerful there. So pretty much like just my favorites. Jafar, I want to give an updated kit whenever we get the Arcane Dagger. That was leaked, so I don't know if people who don't want to hear about that maybe skip for a little bit, but I don't really like the arcade dagger they're releasing right now. I'm looking for more of a like speed-oriented one, so I'll probably wait for that. I'll definitely be investing in Jafar as well, so there's definitely year 1 units I still like to use a lot. I don't think they're like they're not meta by any means, right, obviously, but they're still really fun to use because they're my favorite characters, so yeah, definitely still have some year 1 units. I'm trying to think of who's the best year 1 unit. It's kind of hard to say. Yeah, I don't know. I think at this point, like, if you want to use a year 1 unit, you're pretty much giving them an arcane weapon in like almost every situation. There might be a few units you don't. Okay, so for this spark, we're definitely going Zelgius because I want Zelgius the most, and also blue is the most difficult color to summon on. So we have to get Zelgius here, and I love this art. This art is so good. I love how like he looks more like a samurai than a ninja, but like, oh, it looks so good. The detail on the armor looks amazing. I'm glad that he's a lance. So now we have like a sword, lance, and axe Zelgius, which is cool. AR. Awesome, awesome. We're gonna keep going. I hate going past the spark, but we need a Heather. I don't think we're gonna pull on red anymore. As much as I would like one more Sanaki for like the merge. Or even like the fodder's really good too, to be honest. But like, I don't want to keep pulling on everything. So let's back out there. We'll just be doing blues and greens from now on. Okay, this next question is going to be from Robert M. 5110. Which game do you think will be the first to have all of its playable characters available in Fae? As of now, there are actually 2 left from Awakening and Shadows of Valencia to be added. Okay, so this is an interesting question. It's kind of crazy that games are almost done with their entire cast. But then you have games like Thrasha, Genealogy, and Tellus, which are like, I don't think they're even 50% done yet. When it comes to which one will be first, I would probably put money on it that Awakening will be first. Awakening is by far their like golden child game. It's like pretty much Awakening, 3 Houses are like the 2 most popular games, and I think Fates is also up there pretty far. So I definitely expect Awakening to finish its roster pretty soon. Probably on the next Awakening New Heroes banner, we'll get the last 2 characters we need. One will probably be like on the banner, and one will probably be free, knowing them. Because they're not exactly... Vike's more popular than, what's her name's son. So I think that's probably... Vike will probably be on the banner. But yeah, I think Awakening will definitely finish first. Especially because Shadows of Valencia, like the last 2 characters aren't all that popular either, so... I don't expect to see them. They're probably going to just keep doing... It's Shamir! I forgot she was a 4-star demote. She's still pretty decent. Like, she's not, like, you know, amazing, but she's still pretty good. Like, when she's refined, she'll be pretty strong. I almost did the red. Yeah, definitely Awakening. I don't know what other games are close to completion. If you know, drop a comment down below, let me know. I think Fates is pretty close, but Fates also has, like, all the, like, enemies you can capture. And there's also some kids that are still missing, I think, too. So, probably need that. Okay. Oh, man. It feels bad to summon. I haven't summoned in so long. I've been, like, very much... Well, that's not true. I summoned on the Legendary banner. So I've been summoning less, I guess is the best way to put it. There's Selena. But it was nice to have orbs that were free to play, like, saved. Without having to pay for them. Okay, let's do another question. Maybe this will bring us some Heather luck. This one's going to be from Chung Dave 8853. Question, there's no new Aether Raids building trap since the release of Safety Fence Hex Trap. What new building trap do you like to add? For me, I want something related to pulse, anti-warp, or sweep effects. Huh, that's interesting. So I think when you think of new traps or buildings, you're typically thinking of defense, right? Like things that will help Aether Raid's defense. But personally, I would like an offense building. I would love to have an offense building that was a reverse bolt tower. That's right, a reverse bolt tower. So it would deal damage to your own team on turn 3. And the reason why I want this is because I think it would be really cool if you could like set up Gale Force or Vantage without having to have like Winter Bernadetta or Lysithea. So just having like, you have your bolt tower, and then on turn 3 it just does like whatever amount of damage that puts you into Vantage range, and then you could just go. So I think that'd be really, really, really cool. I don't think they'd ever do that, but I would love that if they did do it. I'd also love if like they just release units, more units that have like ways to get into like those HP ranges easier. I think that'd be cool as well. But when it comes to like defensive effects, I don't know, man. Aether Raid's defense, I guess it depends on what rank you're at, right? Because like I talk to people all the time, and they're like, Aether Raids is really easy. And you're like, yeah, it can be very easy, but when you get to like the rank 1 grind, and you're just fighting against the best players who spend like thousands of orbs on their defense, these are some toxic defenses. Like, holy crap, are they freaking toxic. So I don't know if I really want to give them more like buildings or traps to like make it even more difficult. So I think I'm kind of fine on that. But I would love I would love the offensive buildings. I think that'd be cool. Just give some more options of like how you can affect your strategy with buildings, right? Instead of just relying on units. Because right now, like, what are you really running? You're running like safety fence, escape ladder, and like maybe bolt tower typically is what you're gonna be running. Other than that, there's not too many offensive buildings you're actually using. I know some people use like healing fountain, but I don't think it's that popular of a choice. But yeah, I don't know. Aether Raids definitely needs a bit of a shakeup for sure. I'm not sure how they would do that though. I think Mythics have kind of like made the meta a little bit stale just because you have to use so many Mythics. Like, it's kind of done that over time. And also, like, and there's so much power creep too. It's like, it's hard to keep track of all this stuff going on, especially with like Woodclaw and Hinoka. Oh man, running into them on defense can be pretty annoying if you don't have like the right team to deal with them. Okay, Heather, I need you to come home. Heather, please. I need 2 Heathers. I'm gonna settle for 1. Just give me 1 Heather, please. Please, 1 Heather. That's an Arthur. Not quite the same, you know, look what I'm looking for, but I really want Ruse. I think Ruse is gonna be great. Also, I want to test it. You know, I want to like get the testing done myself. So I would love that. I'd also love Emblem Zelgius, just so I could have like. I mean, he's neutral, so I guess I don't really need it. I could just give him like an attack boon. Okay, we have another question. This one's from Rich Pichu. They want to know if they were to release a banner that could only uses paid orbs, so only paid currency, and were to release a very popular character, example like Ike, Camilla Roy, Lucina, that was on a similar power level to our very good Grills, but also directly power creeping someone else in their class, how would you feel? Additionally, do you think a hypothetical paid orb only unit has the potential of being pay to win? I mean, that's the definition of pay to win, right? Like, that's literally the definition of pay to win. So yeah, for sure. I don't think intelligence systems would ever do that. If they were going to do that, I think they would have already done it by now. But if they did decide to do that, I think that would be like the point in the game for me where I would probably put the game down or like play it very, very casually. I would definitely not take the game seriously as I do now. I don't know. I think that would just be like the most toxic thing they could possibly do to the game. And so I think that would just be like, I think for a lot of people that would just be the final like, you know, nail in the coffin for them, and they'd probably quit. So I think for majority of people, including me, that's just like territory you just don't tread into. I know other gacha games do that for sure, but I think it's just a very, very bad choice to like kind of divide your player base, right? But yeah, so hopefully they never do that. We never have to worry about it, but you never know, I guess. I would rather them like just expand on Feh Pass instead. I think Feh Pass has potential to like, if they offered more value, I think they could get a lot more people on Feh Pass. And I think right now it's even a good value as it is, at least in the United States. I don't know how much it is in like Canada or other territories. But yeah, oh man, this is getting a little bit rough. A little bit. You had like decent luck in the beginning for sure, but I would really like, you know, Elder or Zelgius. So many Reynas. Oh my gosh, that's the bad part about color sharing. I know that technically that's not how it works. I understand how color sharing works, but even so, it feels really bad, especially when it's a 4-star that like you get as a 5-star. I feel like that's like one of the worst feelings because like you're pretty much losing pity for like 20k feathers, which if you're like a long-time Feh player, you don't really need feathers, right? Like I have 640k, and I spent like 200k this morning, like for stuff for Dimitri. So like, yeah, I would definitely. I kind of wish they couldn't roll 5-star. I think that'd be better even if they were just 4-star special rate only. I think that would be a lot better, but I don't think they're gonna ever do that. Okay, let's keep going. We have some other questions from Darkstalker696. I have 2 questions. Since 3 houses that engage, how do you think Feh has inspired or influenced the mainline series? And then also, since launch, Feh has a lot more love to the Japan-exclusive games. How do you think Intelligent Systems will translate some material they used in Feh to remake those titles? Example, Ascended Zed and Marita having more of a story in Fire Emblem 4, Gen 2, and Thrastra or Ascended Joshua being a real promotion in Sacred Stone's remake. That's interesting, actually. I never, So let's start with the first question. So how do I think Faye has inspired the mainline series? I mean, we definitely saw it in Engage, right? Engage added a gacha system into the game, right? We had a gacha on the rings. It's Yarn. Had a gacha on the rings. It also had like Veronica as a DLC that could do gacha summons. So there was definitely some influence there a little bit. I don't think it had like the biggest impact. We did see also like some Faye skills translated over to Engage as well. So there's definitely some like, you know, impact from Faye to the mainline series games. Hopefully they don't continue that route. I don't think the gacha rings really added anything to the game. Why are you here and why are you not Heather? Oh, Reina, at first I liked you. You know, at the beginning of this banner, I was happy to see you. Now I'm mad. Get out of here. Are we really going to spend like 400 orbs on this banner just trying to get a freaking Heather? Oh my god. But yeah, so I definitely don't want to see more of that. But I do see them doing that a bit, so I'm kind of nervous about that. As long as it stays as like a free-to-play, oh my god. And you're a 5-star? Are you fucking kidding me? You just destroyed my pity rate. I don't like you, Reina. I do not like you now. That's like my 3rd 5-star Reina, I think. That's ridiculous. I can't get a single Heather, but I can get 3 5-star Reinas, and that's not even including all the 4-stars. That's so frustrating. That's so frustrating. I'm very not happy about that. Oh, man. Good old color sharing. Good old color sharing. And Heather's the one I need to test the most. Like, Zelgius is obviously the character I'm most excited for and want to play with. But Heather's the one that has the potential to affect the meta the most, right? Because of Ruse. So I really need to test that. So I need to get a copy, but I really don't want to... I didn't want to even go through all these orbs. So if I have to go through more, I'm going to be very not happy. Okay, but yeah, that's that. And then for the second question... I don't know if Faye really has shown too much love to the Japan exclusive games. In some ways, yes, right? Like, typically Thrastra and Genealogy characters are pretty good for the most part, I'd say. Like, definitely, like, the Maritas and stuff are pretty strong. But I think, like, overall, like, Genealogy and Thrastra get, like, the least representation in Faye by, like, a pretty big margin. So I don't really think they're getting, like, favoritism by any means for being Japan exclusive games. Even Fire Emblem 6, like... I think it gets like decent representation, but not like insane by any means. I think most of the biggest representation is from the newer games, you know, like from Awakening and past. So I don't really agree with that necessarily. When it comes to like what they can take from Faye to add into the remakes, I think it'd be cool to expand on the stories. I think that's one of the cool things they did with like Echoes, right? With the support systems being added in and just getting way more conversations and much more like developed characters, right? So I'd love to see that in the remakes as well. Hi, Ninian. Oh my god. My luck is not great. We're at full bubbles now. Hopefully that means the next one's not... Oh my god. I could get Reina and I could use my bubbles. That is not good. I don't like that at all. But yeah, that'd be cool. When it comes to like a Sacred Stones remake, I would love to see an expanded Rail for Joshua. I think that'd be amazing. I don't know if they do that, but I'd be very, very much down. I think Ascended Joshua is just so cool. The design's amazing, so... If they want to do that, that'd be cool. Honestly, I think what they should really be doing is using Faye to expand on the old stories. I think that would be really amazing to, like... really take the idea of an Ascended unit to expand stories of characters. They don't really do that, though. Ascendeds have definitely been, like, a dropped ball in my opinion. Kind of went from a very cool concept to just something kind of boring. But you could also kind of argue Mythics were like that too. Mythics were supposed to be like these godly characters, and then we just got like a million OCs. So they're not really all that great at doing thematics. There is Tatiana. Oh my gosh. Our luck has not been fantastic here. I was really hoping to come out of here with 2 Heathers, and now I'm going to be lucky if I get 1. I'm gonna have like a plus 10 Reina. Oh my god. I mean, her fodder's not terrible. Like, she has catch. But honestly, catch is definitely not what it used to be, right? I mean, it's solid, but it's not like the A skill you're going for anymore. Same with speed defense rain. I guess you could use that for like fodder for like snap. So that is something. But we don't even really have that many options for snap yet, so we'll have to wait for that. Go back out here. Oh my gosh, we're down to 63 orbs. I had so many orbs and they're all gone. Oh, this feels so bad. Please give me Heather. Please, 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 please give me Heather. Game, show mercy. Ugh. And the last banner I think had a triple spark, right, for the fairies. Couldn't give a double spark to Tellus. I know that there's no reason to, but I would have been appreciative. That'd been nice. I think they should just add double sparks to everything, right? You know, bait the whales as hard as you can. Put as many hooks out there as possible for us to catch on to. So I would definitely summon more if there was double sparks on everything. It's because it gives you like a guarantee of getting what you want. When you do stuff like this, it just feels really bad, right? I'm at 6.5%. Technically not exactly because of the bubbles, but still. Anyway, let's do another question. This one's going to be from Turtlebot. Where the Refine's getting ever closer to the point in the game where we started getting banners with multiple units that have PRF skills. Do you think they'll increase the number of refines remixes we get each month, or do you think they will add a completely different new refine mechanic? If it is a new mechanic, what do you think they'll do with it, or what do you think, or what would you like to see them do with it? Oh man, refines are in a very not great spot in my opinion. They are just so slow. It's very inconsistent. Sometimes we get 5 a month, sometimes we get 7 a month if there's like a remix or like a refine, right, for legendaries. But like, it is too slow in my opinion. Like way, 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 way too slow. Especially when it comes to seasonals and demotes. Like seasonals and demotes, you are waiting forever. I was talking to somebody and like Ninja Corn won't get a refine until like 2030, which is just absurd, right? It's like 6 years from now because they only do 1 seasonal refine per month. So they really need to pick that up a little bit, you know, especially with them adding more PRFs like you were mentioning. They need to do something because like it is just too slow. I understand why they do it because they're trying to make money, right? They're trying to make it so that old units don't like eclipse the new units, which refines sometimes can do, right? I've seen that with like Brave Hector, Brave Alm, Brave Dimitri. But they need to do something because it is not great. I don't think they're going to ever change. Like, I don't think they're going to add new mechanics. I think the newest mechanic that they went with, right, was like rearmed heroes with the arcane weapons, or like even the attuned heroes to an extent, which you don't really get like a PRF skill, but you get like an additional skill if you don't have a PRF, right? I think that's what they're trying to do. And that's kind of like the same route they would be going, where they can still make money off of it, but at the same time, they're not like making old units directly better. So I don't have much hope for them to like, you know, actually do re-refines or anything like that. Though I would really love to see it, even if it was only for Choose Your Legend units, I would really love to see like Choose Your Legends 1 get like a small update, maybe like add stats to their weapons or give them PRF skills or update their PRF skills, right? Like those PRF skills from year 1 are really, really bad, and like also not everybody even got PRF skills, right? Like Roy doesn't have a PRF skill, neither does Lucina, so I think that would be pretty nice, especially because they are Choose Your Legend units, which means that they are supposed to be kind of special, right? But yeah, so I kind of hope that's the route they go, but I don't expect it by any means. I always expect them to take choices that make them money. It's Sulky! Oh man. I feel like we haven't gotten a 5-star in so long, but we actually have. It just was stupid Reyna. It just, oh, it feels so bad. It feels so bad. So all we really got was like Duo Sanaki from the actual pouring, and then we got Zelgius from the Spark, and then a ton of Reynas. God, that's so crap for like 400 orbs or whatever. I think it's 400 orbs. Oh, that feels terrible. Please just give me Heather here so I can stop. That would be great. I think I'm gonna stop anyway, and maybe I'll probably just come back to this banner later because my luck is not on point right now. It is really, really, really bad. Now that I actually think about it, like getting 5-star Reynas is just not good. Like it's just not good. But speak of the devil. Speak of the devil. Oh my god. At least she wasn't 5-star, because if she was 5-star, I would have lost my bubbles, and I would have been livid. Okay. So that's 400 orbs down the drain. Okay, I'm gonna stop here for now. That's gonna be the end of the video. I'm gonna be honest, this was a pretty crappy summoning session when I really think about it. Getting Sanaki before the spark was really cool. You know, sparking Zelgius was nice, but man, I got no Heathers. I spent 400 orbs for just a ton of Reynas, which is just not what I was aiming for at all. I pretty much just wanted one copy for like the Pokedex, and that was it. So, yeah, not the greatest summoning session by any means. Maybe we'll go back in with like the Tempest Trial Orbs later, or maybe I'll buy a pack. I don't know yet. But dang, that was not a way for IS to welcome me back after not spending money on the game for so long. Anyways, I'd love to hear from you. How do you feel about this banner? Or who are you summoning for? Are you going to be going for Sanaki or Heather for the Ruse effect? Or maybe you're just a big Zelgius simp like I am and you just cannot resist a good ult. Either way, I'd love to hear from you, so make sure to drop a comment down below. Let me know how your summoning session went. And as always, I'd like to thank all my members for their constant support. And if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. This has been Oblivion. I'll catch you all later.